expectations, and finding out what you're made of. All of those things come into play when you have a top 5 showdown at this point in the season. Welcome between the hedges to Athens, Georgia and Sanford Stadium, home of the Georgia Bulldogs. As we'll see, the winners of 3 straight, the Clemson Tigers, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the Georgia Bulldogs. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. Clemson will kick off to get us underway. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. Find some fresh air. Got the first down and more. Couldn't find any more room up the sideline, and he's pushed out of bounds at the 36. They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. Caught in the backfield. It's Thomas. Oh, he's got some space. Makes the stop at the 49, but not before he gets in plus territory, gets 15 and a first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Just nosing into enemy territory at the 49. It's 1st and 10. Might be changing the route. They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Let's take a little step back and have a look at Georgia. They got a huge boost to their defensive front in recruiting last week. 5-star backer, verbal commitment, some future help in the form of this guy, David.
Oh, baller. And these are the guys that they play running back and all over the field in high school because they're so big and strong and athletic. And it's a guy that you count on. They can come in right now and play day one with that size-speed combination.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. It's Stockton. Fires to the wideout. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. He was trying to get that return going. Instead, he'll hand it to his offense at the 38.
Well, statistically, this defense is not one of the better units against the pass. They're trying to change that here today. What a great job tracking the ball down, making a play on it, stabbing it out of the air for a big interception early. That should be massive for their confidence.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. He wastes no time and comes out throwing, trying to set up the screen, showing off the arm. They drag him down, but not before he's moved the chains and the screen pass is effective. For a quarterback as highly touted as Cade Klubnik was, I think he would even tell you he started slowly, but man, the progression, the improvement has been exponential, Jesse.
It has, Reese, and he's played big in big games as of late. You think back to last year's ACC championship game, and then I would argue his game against Texas, even in the loss in the playoff, that might have been his best game of the season, making throw after throw. You can see why he was so highly recruited, and if he plays up to that
breaks into the open. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
Gotta love this play call early in the football game. Like the quarterback, get in a rhythm, run a screen play, get it to a playmaker, create some space, move the sticks, get a first down. Nice start for this offense.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. They'll run the screen. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning.
And those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back going. That is the opposite of what happened right there. There was no space. He couldn't even get going.
And the Tigers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Dropping back, it's Klubnik. Finds his big tight end. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. You reach this portion of the season, in games like this, top 5 showdown can really energize you, not to mention helping your playoff positioning down the road.
Yes, you can. You can make these big statement games. And listen, the middle of the season, you kind of get in the lull, Jesse, where you kind of get used to playing and the new wore off a little bit. But when you got a top 5 matchup and something to prove, you bring that extra juice.
You're right, and if you play well in this game, you can ride that momentum down the stretch in November when those games really start to matter. But this is a big one right here. Lots of implications on the line.
Clemson looking to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. A bold decision to go for it on 4th down, and one that did not pay off. Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They turned it over with an interception on their first drive of the game. We're still looking for our initial points of the game. Wants to adjust the pattern. Wants to throw on 1st down. Got it in the middle with Humphries. Guys, let's chat about Georgia. Not sure if you guys saw this, but they had a big-time 4-star running back give a verbal commitment last week. What's his transition going to be like, David?
First of all, everybody saw it. It's all over social media, right? The excitement of landing a guy of that caliber. And just, I mean, that creates excitement in the whole recruiting class and this next cycle.
Offense set on 1st down. To the ground. He's got it again. And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
And the Dogs have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. To the air, it's Stockton. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
And I know it wasn't successful there, but you can go back to last week. Like, they're going to throw this man the football. They find creative ways to get him the ball. Really good coaches get their playmakers the ball in space, and that's what I like about this offense. I bet they come back to him and find a way to throw him the football some more.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. The sure hands, it's Thomas. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. He's at the 10. He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
There is nowhere to run and nowhere to hide on these situations. You know the physical ground game comes into play inside the 5-yard line, and they match the intensity. Nice job. Everybody flying around to the football, making the tackle for a loss. Nice job by this defense.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? This quarterback part of their running game. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Bulldogs! They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game.
Yeah, and I feel like momentum's always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Gonna run it. It's Davidson. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Looking for a man. It's Klubnik. Got a man. It's Randall. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
And a great job by the QB, finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Trying to take it back. Touchdown, Dogs! How about this defense taking one back to the house?
And the defense sets the tone early in this football game. We're still in the first quarter, and this is looking like they're putting a complete game together. Offense scoring, defense scoring. Palmer, they're up 2 touchdowns already.
Yeah, you got to give this coaching staff credit. They have their guys ready to go, and this is what you call firing on all cylinders early in the game.
Well, guys, it's Georgia holding the lead at the end of the quarter. They came out and jumped on them early in the first. Let's take a break and look at the first quarter stats. Stadium buzzing, kickoff team on the field, and we are ready to get this thing started. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Takes the handoff, and he's going right. Forges ahead. Picks up about 3 to the 29. Let's take a second and talk about Clemson. This is exactly how you want to start conference play. Early in the race for sure, but precisely the type of foundation you need to set.
And this is really the meat on the bone in the schedule, right? A lot of teams have out-of-conference games early in the season, but now is where it matters the most. You talk to any coach, they'll tell you, David, number one on the goal sheet is to win your conference.
And I think it's so hard because of the familiarity. You play these same teams every single year. You know them inside and out. They know your scheme, you know their scheme, and sometimes the momentum of the moment can be tough, so got to continue to play well within the conference.
This dog crowd is off the leash, and they are coming after them, bringing noise on third down. Back to pass, it's Klubnik. Catch in the middle, it's Williams. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Wants to go up top. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Guys, let's chat a little bit about Clemson. They got a boost from their high school recruiting ranks, setting the table for the future, getting a verbal commitment from a 4-star linebacker.
Yeah, it's huge for this defense, not only because of his physical traits. This guy can run, he can cover, he can blitz the passer, but he's also a tremendous leader. This guy could be the alpha on this defense for years to come.
He wants to throw it again. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. Clemson will send the punt team out. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Well, what that punt lacked in height, it made up for by being short. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They've had a really productive first half so far, and they'll try to add to it here. And to get rid of it quickly. He just treated that thing like a hot potato, and they're going to call him for grounding. Offense gets set for second down. Tight end now in motion. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
Well, obviously, at this point in the first half, the defense is finding themselves in a hole. You just get the feeling if they're going to get back in this, they're going to need more plays like that. They're going to need sacks. They're going to need turnovers. They're going to have to create negative plays to get themselves some momentum.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. With the catch, it's Frazier. What a play by this defense, and they stop him short. It'll be fourth down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up fourth and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
Pulls it in at the 25. Really explosive when he gets his hands on the ball, and he found a couple of crevices and made a nice game before being run out of bounds. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They really need to find a way to punch back on this drive, already down 14. The give to the tailback.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Wants to throw. It's Klubnik. Pulls it in. It's Randall. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding. The first down marker was, I got to go get that first down. He did a nice job of it.
They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. DB's right up on the receivers. From the gun, give on the inside.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
The Dogs are off the leash and coming after him on 3rd down. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Looking to scramble. Fires downfield. Got a wide open receiver. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little momentum. They've now got us to be able to score points on this drive.
They ripped off a huge chunk, and now a little chunk is needed to pay it off. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. And this is a really important series of plays, a chance to cut into the lead just before halftime. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
And really good job getting to the quarterback. That's priority number 1, trying to get pressure on him, get him to the ground as a bonus. They had 6 sacks in their last game. They got to keep building on that number if they want to keep stacking wins.
Back swinging with the goal line. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You've got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space on the field. You've got to be aggressive, and you've got to make tackles.
On 3rd and goal, you can't hear yourself thinking here. Dropping back, it's Klubnik. And it's incomplete on 3rd down.
And on money down defensively, you've got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the 4th down.
4th down and goal from the 3. The playbook is pretty much wide open here. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Fourth and goal from the 3, and the offense will stay out there and try to finish the deal. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them. It'll be 4th and goal, and it'll be a tough one. He's looking to pass. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. Quick strike through the air for the score.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. Offense in a bunch formation. Quarterback making adjustments. To the air. It's Stockton. Using the quick game. At midfield, he's got room. There he goes. He's got the sideline going nuts as he gets it down to the 18-yard line.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
The entire complexion of this possession changed on that one play. Now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the 20. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Goes out of bounds on the play, and he's got him set up 1st and goal.
Man, he looks like he's in a rhythm on this drive, right? 3 for 3. He's going where he needs to go with the football. The defense doesn't have any answers for him. If I'm the offensive coordinator, I'm letting this guy keep chucking it down here close to the goal line.
Gets it to the back. Back's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Georgia! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And they trust their QB to execute like they have the whole first half, and he delivers, and they build on this lead and build their momentum going into halftime.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. Coming out with it, it's Brown. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Back to throw, it's Klubnik. Unloads to the wideout. Caught over the middle. It's Smith. They pick up the first down. They'll mark him at the 34. Got to be expeditious here. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. Lining up from the 34 on first down. To the air on first down. Makes the catch. It's Moore. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch. Looking to throw on first down. Throws to the wideout. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. And you can see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Ready to get things going here in the second half as Georgia about to kick it away. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some. Turning it on. Got the first down and more. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain.
Well, you wonder if one of the adjustments they made at halftime, trailing in this game, was to try and get the ground game established, David. They're off to a good start here.
Dang right. Stay patient. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to press. Just try to get scoring drives together. Don't abandon the run.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw, it's Klubnik. Using his legs to buy some time. Takes a shot as he lets it go. And the DB right with him to knock it away.
This offense is done being patient. They're down on the scoreboard here. Now, early in their first possession in the third quarter, they're being aggressive. They're taking shots. They're trusting their playmakers outside to get it done. That time the defense, really nice job forcing the incompletion. They were ready for it. This offense, though, they need to stay aggressive.
Connection to the right. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 41 after the good game there. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, third down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win, and gets a good release, gets down the field. But you see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the first down.
All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening. Clemson ready to go back to work with another first down. Looking to throw on first down. Trying to escape and get it himself. A really nice run and gain, and he gets down to avoid taking punishment.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't, and he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
From the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Snap it to the back. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. It'll be interesting to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
Moving away from pressure. They get to him as he throws. And the pass was broken up, incomplete, and there's a flag on the field. This could be offensive holding. That offensive line grabbing and holding on, and they'll back up and try it again. Offense about to reel off its 7th play of the drive. To the air, it's Klubnik. Fires to the wideout. On target to the left. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
Hey, listen, I'm going to look across the board if I'm a quarterback. I'm going to find my matchups, and I got man-to-man, and I got a corner route. I throw that thing towards the sideline, let my receiver do the rest, and he does. Goes up and catches the football while he's being guarded and contested. That's a tough catch.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Now improvising. Pressure's there, and he gets rid of it. And they'll miss the connection here on 3rd down.
This is a situation here in the 3rd quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Incomplete, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
And they decide to go for it. They decide to be aggressive, try to throw the football down the field. Receiver, quarterback, not on the same page. No dice, turnover on downs.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Finds a little space. Gets it out just short of the 20. Out of bounds at the 19-yard line and a little more room to operate. The Bulldogs can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. They go to the ground. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a baller.
And the Bulldogs come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Scanning the field, it's Stockton. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down. A couple of yards short of the 1st down in your own territory, but they are going to go for it on 4th. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Georgia sends out the punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Let's see what he can do with it. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down. Oh, he's got some space. Brought down at the 39 after a pickup of 10. It'll be a 1st down.
That is an excellent throw by the quarterback, finding the window between the zones and delivering that ball on time.
Now they've moved it just inside the 40. 1st and 10 from the 39. Looking downfield on 1st down. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
And that guy is just a man. I mean, he sets the tone in this defense. When you saw it on that play right there, reminds me a lot of the guy standing beside me, David Pollock, who really set the bar for great D-line play at Georgia. I think back to two guys I played against, Richard Seymour and Marcus Stroud, lining up beside each other on the inside of that D-line. That was an absolute nightmare to go up against.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Unloads to the wideout. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. For a man, it's Stockton. It's complete to the left. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the 1st down. Now last year there were long stretches in which the Georgia offense hardly looked like a well-oiled machine. Now the quarterback's transferred, new full-time starter in there. I think it's fair to say, David, that the Dogs need more from the quarterback position this season.
They do need more, but I tell you what, they didn't.
Breaks into the open. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Dogs with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. This is a designed run. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a 1st down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
He wants to change this route. Looking for room. It's Frazier. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Georgia going up tempo.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play, because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
They've got him looking run, but they're going to throw it. Finds his man. It's Humphreys. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Fires to the tight end. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. We've reached the break, and Georgia is on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, Georgia.
They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. It's incomplete, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they went for it, but when you're up by a couple scores, I think you're just kind of free and like, hey, let's keep scoring points. Let's keep the offense out there. Let's keep the accelerator on, and I guess, hey, who cares? We're not going to lose anyways.
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
Well, defenses get excited when they see the quarterback in an empty backfield like that. They know, hey, I'm not going to have to beat a running back or a tight end to get there. If I get to him, I might have an opportunity to knock this thing loose, and that's exactly what happened for the defense.
Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Dropping back, it's Stockton. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
When you talk about versatility at the running back spot, you got to talk about this guy in the conversation. He already has caught a touchdown on this one. They're still trying to throw him the football. That one goes incomplete, but I would keep this up if I'm on offense.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. This will be picked off. Maybe just the turning point they needed.
That's one of the only ways you were getting back in this game. You had to force a turnover. You still got to score twice at least to get back in this ball game to try to win it. Great stop. Now it's the offense's turn. I need to score and score quickly.
Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire.
Well, I always say this, when you're backed up on offense, those are some of the best opportunities to take deep shots. In all likelihood, the defense is expecting a run. You're going to try and buy yourself a little bit of real estate, so they're playing press man coverage, and that's when you want to take advantage of that coverage. But the defense doing a really good job on the back end that time, being in position, forcing the incomplete.
The short hands, it's Moore. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the 1st down.
Well, here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
And this throw is incomplete.
Normally, I would say 4th and short on your own side of the field, you punt the ball away, but we're in the 4th quarter, and they need to keep this drive going to win. I say go for it.
Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Floating away. The throw. Picked off. What a play to set him up. And he'll be marked down, but what a play to come up with that interception.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's 4th down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. And boy, they missed an opportunity last time throwing that pick in the red zone, David.
Yeah, and you got to put that frustration behind you. You can't turn it over.
Touchdown, Bulldogs! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5. They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way, Palmer.
And I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back, but these guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. This was certainly not their best effort. I believe this team is much better than it performed today, but they're going to pay the consequences of losing this ball game. Here's the Heat. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Tigers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Second down, they'll go to the air. Fires to the right. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Was looking for a little more daylight for a big return, but he'll settle for the pick and setting his offense up at the 24.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's pass, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this team.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. It's hard enough to stop these guys, let alone when they get field position like this. They scored last time, and this time they'll crank it up from inside the red zone. Going to be a gain of about 3 down to the 21.
Well, no mystery on that play call, right? You got the lead late in the game. You've gotten the ball back on the other side of the 50 on your opponent's side, and so you're just going to run it. And it's fine if they know that. You just want to stay on the field and bleed this clock, and you got to start thinking about where are your best run-it runs. Which side of this offensive line is the strongest? Which guys defensively do you want to attack?
There he goes. He was working his way toward that goal line. They'll stop him at the 2 after the big play up top.
How about this offense, man? You got to love it. Late in the fourth quarter, you have the lead. They don't get conservative. Staying balanced. Run. Back it up with a pass. Getting the first down. A few more first downs, and you can walk out of here with a W.
We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. On the direct snap, it's Branch. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Dogs! With that score, it looks as if this bunch is about to go 6-1. Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. There's a lot of pressure when you have that number 1 beside your name, and perhaps it was the pressure, perhaps it was just one of those days, but that reign is coming to an end.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
Looking to throw, it's Denson. Throws to the wideout. Grabbed in the middle, it's Brown. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
This has been a frustrating day. I mean, they haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game and get something cooking.
He'll pull it on the read. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage, he'll lose a yard.
Just haven't been able to get much going in this game. The defense has definitely had their number, and here they are late. You're asking yourself, why are they still running the football, trailing this much late in the game? But that's basically a microcosm of how this game has gone.
Back to pass on second down. Quarterback just flat missed him. Incomplete.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You've got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Just going to keep it after the snap. He'll be stopped at the 32, still ground to cover if they want to convert, and 4th down is coming.
And you could tell the QB wants to run. He's going to be a big part of the game plan, and the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand, and more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, not dirty, not cheap shots, but end of the plays, when I can be physical and really make him feel me, I think that'll always bode well in a 4th quarter game.
On 4th down, trying to find his man. He lets one fly deep. Can't complete the long throw, and the defense gets off the field on 4th down.
I think that play right there has been a big theme in this game. When it matters the most, on big-time down and distances, this defense has been able to step up and make the play when they need it most. That 4th down, great job in the back end in coverage, forcing the incompletion with a big lead now, creating a turnover on down.
Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line. And now on 2nd down for this offense. They want that clock to run. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they've built this lead. They've had a great day today.
On 3rd and short, they'll ride the running back here. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. Georgia lining up to punt it away.
In punt formation to kick it away.
Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 31-yard line. Looking to throw, it's Denson. Fires to the big fella.
And listen, the defense playing really conservative, right? You got the lead, but here's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get sacks. I got to get to the quarterback. Like, I got to make sure I'm getting him, knocking him off the spot. Padding my stats, by the way. Got a lot of sacks late in games. We got a big lead, but that's okay. That's what you're supposed to do. Keep competing, defense.
The Tigers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Back to pass. Fires to the tight end. Gets it to the 46-yard line. 1st down for this offense.
Well, the tight end shows off his speed. See his ability there to separate from the defender trying to cover him on that drag route.
He makes the catch. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
Who says in the RPO pass game you can't throw anything vertically downfield, right? Doesn't all have to be screens and throws at the line of scrimmage. There's a good example of a quarterback pushing the ball vertically downfield after the play fake to the running back.
Makes the catch. It's Moore. Inside the 20-yard line, pushed out at the 18, and they're in business.
Yeah, when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receiver's got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
Tight end finds a soft spot. He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up.
And there is no question they should just keep letting this guy throw the ball. He's 5 for 5 on this drive. They've only run 5 offensive plays, and he's already got him down here by the goal line. Let him keep chucking it.
Let's see what Clemson comes up with on 1st and goal. They're going to run it. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tigers.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense, continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Texas A&M rolled to victory, flexing an offensive muscle that almost reminded folks of the record-setting days of Johnny Football and Mike Evans. Gig 'em Aggies indeed. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still 2 quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Hey, Kevin Connors, keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. With the win today, they're now